So this segment is something that we do every year. But this year, with all the craziness that's happened in 2021, of course, we had to postpone. But since this is the last Thursday in January, we're going to go ahead and recap that now. A lot has changed for us. And I feel like with 2020 being the way that it was, some of my resolutions have changed, if not maybe taking longer to have accomplished. Shantae, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. So for me, I have, I don't know, not very interesting resolutions. I definitely wanted to revisit some of the ones from last year because there are things that I really wanted to do last year that I didn't do, but I don't think I wanted to make them like my big life goals this year. So for me, one of my resolutions or like goals is to move and overall be more remote and travel more. Now, like, I know clearly COVID is still out there, so like that traveling portion seems crazy, but at some point we are going to be, you know, able to move around freely. And when it happens, I would love to just be in like a nomadic state where I'm able to just hop up and go whenever I want to, stay for how long I want to. Work on my personal website and blog. It's something that I've been talking about for years, and I work on it here and there, but it's never anything consistent. So it's like I want to work on a schedule where I at least write like one blog a month, and then like I'm just making sure that I'm keeping up on the website and the blog, and then like adding services as well. And then continuing to journal. And then also reading is on here. This was something that I said last year as well, but they're together, journaling and reading, a minimum of 6 books this year for the reading list. Now, I say a minimum of 6, even though I know I can read more. But if I'm being realistic, I did not read at all last year. I read a few books last year, but I always set a lofty goal. And I was like, let me keep it small this time. So those are my resolutions for the year.
I like that, Tay. Those are clear resolutions. For me, I'm following up with this continuation of health is wealth and fitness. You know, I said that last year, and I didn't take it very seriously even before COVID took off. So I can't even blame COVID for that. But I've definitely within the last month taken it way more seriously. You know, getting up and running in the mornings with my roommate, our roommate Latia, and I don't run. And to be honest, I don't want to do it, but I'm glad every time I get up and do it. I feel so glad that I did it, you know, and it's really good. It's a good feeling when I'm working out. So I want to continue that because it does make me feel better. And I also need to just take care of myself and what I'm putting into my body. I've definitely not been paying attention to that. It's funny, you were talking about working on your personal website and your blog, and I also want to try to create more of like my beauty and fashion related content on my social medias as well, and also adding actually more videos to my YouTube. I started a YouTube channel last year. I have only one video up. It's hard to be your own editor on these types of things, let alone set aside the time to do it. So that is something that I want to do. I do want to focus more on because it's something that I'm good at. It is something that I like to do, and it's something that others like to see me do. So it's just about focusing and getting that taken care of. Speaking of focusing on one thing at a time. So I have this horrible tendency to start projects and not finish them. Start 4 things at one time and maybe take 6 months to get them finished when I could have probably done 1 at a time and had them done in 3 months, if that makes sense. So really trying to hone in on what's important to me and focusing on that achievable and obtainable goal before really overcommitting myself and spreading myself thin. My mental health and positive self-talk. I did actually take care of my mental health last year. I found myself a therapist, but it's something that I want to continue in 2021. It's constant work. My therapist, we were taking a break right now. Bless her, she had a baby. Congratulations. So that's the only reason why we're not really talking right now, but it's something that she's given me a lot of skills that I'm able to use in my daily life and think about moving forward. And that's definitely something I want to continue in this year because I can see how having her help and her perspective can help shape me. So
Absolutely.
those are my personal goals.
So really quickly before we do a really quick recap, some of the podcast goals, like for me personally, bringing back guests from the past season, but also bringing on new guests, and trying to do more with guests and stuff like that. And also putting out additional content. So like finding guests for this show, but also for Pretty Naughty, and just kind of doubling up on the amount of guests that we have and the amount of people that we're meeting. Because like we said before, we've met a lot of great people. And then, of course, every podcast's main goal is continued growth, just to see continued listens go up, week after week.
I agree with that. We've recently got like 1,000 downloads, and that's just something that has been a goal of ours for so long. And we couldn't have done it without you guys. So really, thank you. And keep continuing to listen and tell your friends, because we appreciate y'all.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
We feel like we're talking to ourselves, but we know we're not. Y'all are out here listening, okay?